Hello and welcome back to another character creation video. My name is Lumin and today we're having a look at REMATCH. REMATCH brings a fresh take on football with immersive third-person action, skill-based gameplay, and intense online competition. Team up with your friends and tackle, dribble, aim, and shoot your way to victory in fast-paced 5v5 matches where every move matters. Lace up, team up, and make your mark. And also customize your character, which is why we are here. If you'd like to do a deep dive to discover all there is to discover about REMATCH, you can find some links below, and as always there will be timestamps. The video is going to be set up in a very straightforward fashion. We're going to jump in, we're going to look at all the options. That's it. That's it. That's it. We're going to start on this fellow. When you create a new character, you are presented with this dude. He is your first port of call. I've changed one thing. I put him in his underwear. And this is so that we can see the body types a little better. And that is the first thing we're going to look at when we jump in here. We're going to select our body options. Now, as I go through the body options, they're actually going to play the corresponding voice. It's a 2-for-1. You get to see the body type. You get to hear the voice. So I'm going to stop talking for a moment. I'm going to go through these twice. You're going to see what's up. And you're going to tell me if you spot something that's wrong. Yeah. That's your quest for right now. You've got a new quest. Please take it seriously. Alright?
Good job. Well played. Thanks.
Good job. Good game. Thank you. Good job. Good game. Thanks. Good job. Well played. Thanks.
Good job. Good game. Thanks. Good job.
Alright. Have you completed your quest? Did you figure it out? I hope so. First, before I get to that, voices are good. Yeah, I like it. It sounds good. The recording's decent. There is some pitch shifting going on, but it's minor and they've done it relatively well. It's okay. It's fine. But the body shapes in these pictures are not the body shapes that we are being presented with.
Well
It frustrates me
Thank you.
to no end. That is not that. Even more grievous. This
Good job.
is nowhere near that. Look. Just look. Where did the shoulders go? What about those abdominal muscles? What's with the waist? The differences are staggering. Okay. You know what? I'm not going to get into it. But this is a problem. Anyway.
Well played.
The shape of the body, the overall shape here, where
Thanks, mate. Well played.
they have the shoulders way narrower, the waist way broader. It's not what they're showing in these pictures over here.
Good job.
I don't know if it's something to do with the pose or, hey man, I've seen the TikToks. Maybe it's just the lighting. Maybe it's just bad lighting
Well
causing
played.
it not to look like... Maybe this one's flexing and it's looking good. I don't know. I don't know. But please, please, please. I don't ask for much. Just let me play as the muscle mommy, okay? Come on. Anyway, that said, these bodies look fantastic, and I love that they let you change them to something more muscular. It's cool. I would love it if the character looked like this, though. And again, maybe you got to pay extra for those muscles. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's your first option over there. I'm going to take this one in the middle over here because I feel like it's sort of the most neutral of the bunch, and we're going to move on. Right? Let's move. Let's put it from our mind. This whole fiasco here with the body shapes, I cannot. If I stay here too much longer, I will unravel before your very eyes, in your very ears. Skin. There is something weird with the engine that they are using, which is evidently the Unreal Engine. It's a great engine. There's something with the shaders that they've put on that makes this weird outline that is sort of like on the verge of being like pink around your character. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not entirely sure, but the skin tones are fine other than that. There is this like pink shade on the character. There it is. If you go darker, it's like a pinky purple. I've seen it before. I actually feel like I've seen it before a few times, and I actually feel like I've complained about it before a few times in different games. It's not ideal. It might be a trick of the light here, but it sort of rears its ugly head on a lot of the different skin tones here. With that said and with that out of the way, if we can ignore that fact, there are still a decent number of skin tones. The darker ones are dark enough, and the lighter ones are kind of light, and it looks good, and whatever. It's fine. Then you can set your age in over here, which, granted, in my opinion, does not seem to do all that much. You can set the freckles as well, which does do quite a bit more. You basically switch in between different presets for it, which is to say, maybe when I switch through these, I can see a difference if I go slowly. I don't... No, I'm not seeing much of a difference there. I don't know. Let's go on the lighter skin tone. Maybe we see it there. Let's go on the darker one. Maybe we see it there. Nope, there's that purple pinky light. I don't know what it is. Is there like a nightclub up in there or something? What is going on, man? Okay, anyway, whatever. Let's take one of the middle-in ones here. We take it with freckles. We'll leave off for now, just as we go through all these options. But it is something you can do. Then you can equip some prosthetics, and I love this. I think that this is awesome. There's quite a lot to do here. You can turn it on, and then you can still customize it. So you can edit the colors. Okay, all right. Equip it, then you can edit the colors. And I think this is fantastic. Hell yes, inclusivity. Lots of different colors here, bright, vibrant, very cool. You got the primary color, you got the secondary color. You can go like a sleek black, and then just throw a little bit of white or silver or gray on there. There you go, boom. Fantastic. It looks good. It's incredibly well done, and I think that anything like this is always just welcome in my game. You can do left or right, and you can also do the leg prosthetics. And they look pretty good, to be honest. They look pretty good. And it's the same thing with the colors over here. Same thing, where you have different slots. It's nice. It's good. Very cool. Then, our last option in the body options is actually the voice. And you can see here, I've got it currently on from body type. You can change that.
I got it. Nice ball. I've got it.
Switch! Good ball.
Switch!
Good game. I got it. Well played. Rematch?
I'm on it. Watch out, left! Switch! Mine!
Nice save.
Watch out, left! I'm on it! Good save! Get back on the left!
Switch!
Good save!
Nice pass.
Mine!
Good save. I'm on it. Switch! Good game. Mine.
Well played. I'm on it! Switch! A nice ball!
Good game.
I think that gives you a good enough idea. I was completely random with my selections there, but you get the idea. And it's good voices. They're good voices. They're fine. Yeah, good nice accent. Perfect for the good old football, soccer. I'm sorry. It's good for that. It's good for that thing. Yes. Right. Next up, we move on to the head options. This is the next main section. This is a part that I struggled with a little bit, so I'm going to talk about it as I go through here. But in this section, you are once again sharing options, right? So you can't really look around your character here. You've got the character staring at you like this with this weird, like, little blur around. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't get it. But they've got some weird depth of field thing going on. And you can't really, you can't inspect from different angles. So you are basically getting what you get and you're not getting upset. You can jump into the game, obviously, and look at it there if you'd like to. But the face presets, they are shared between the male and female characters. They are obviously, however, going to be sort of altered and modified a little bit by the body type that you pick. So if you pick one of the bigger body types, you will have a slightly bigger face, smaller, slightly smaller. But they each have their own name. Down at the bottom here, we have Taylor, Noah, Ash, Lee, Gaby. Well, I think that's how you spell Gabby, actually. I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. Blair, Kim, Willow, Sam, Summer, Max, Alex, Asa, Charlie, Freddy, Engel, Mao, and Kit. So you just pick a face. You pick whichever one. There are some with, and in my opinion, there's a good selection, good enough selection. There are some with more masculine features. There are some with more feminine features. There are wider jaws, skinnier jaws. There are different shapes of eyes, as you can see over here. They've got the ethnicities pretty much covered as far as I can tell. And I believe it's a great selection, and it doesn't end there. So if we sort of go with, let's say we want summer, right? Then we can edit the face details as well, and we can customize it a little bit more. We can lift the brows or drop them. We can make the nose a little bigger or smaller. The cheeks, we can pull them in, push them out a little bit. Same for the jawline over there. Pretty nice to move that around. The chin, and then the lips. That's about it. You can jump back out if you're happy with that, and then you can move on to the hair. For the faces, initially my knee-jerk reaction was that they didn't have enough femininity to them. There weren't enough faces that looked feminine. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I made a couple of characters as a test, and it's mostly just because they give you this boy cut for the hair, and I feel because they default you on the male body, and then you come here on the male body and you look at them, it sort of gives you the wrong impression. When you actually jump into the hair over here, you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. You need to obviously just work on it. It's much easier making a masculine looking character than it is making a feminine character. That's the conclusion that I've come to. And that's not a terrible thing, because I think that the demographic that they're aiming for is definitely going to be playing the masculine characters. But it's obviously still something worth noting, right? So for the hair styles here, there are some decent styles to choose from, but it's really not a great selection. You have a good number of short styles, very much covering all the football player trends, I guess you could call it. I didn't see any like proper mohawks here or anything like that. But in terms of the more feminine styles, like I was mentioning, there's not a lot of longer styles. There's a few good ones. I mean, these are beautiful. They look really nice. And then there's a nice ponytail or two at the end over here. But it's not a great selection. However, I do believe this is something that they can easily add to, and there's a good chance that they're going to more than likely sell some of these in the store or give you a basic selection to start with, and then there'll be premium stuff after that you can get. I don't know. Let's take the wavy bob for now. I'll show you the colors quickly. You can do a straight up boom, boom, boom. You select the color and you're done, or you can do the tips and the colored straw. I'll show you how it works. Actually, it's easier to just show you how it works. You will notice again on some of these that you have this weird highlight color down at the bottom here, much like the skin had on it as well. It sort of messes with your perception of what you're picking a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's not too grievous a wrongdoing, I would say. The colors are beautiful, very vibrant, full of life. I love what they've done with it. Probably my favorite part of this entire character creator is just how nice the colors look. I mean, that's a beautiful gray. You don't hear people saying that very often, do you? The reds are wow. The pinks are really nice. All of these colors are just nice. The little selection of pastels that they have at the end here, also super. Super. I really like it. So, yeah, I mean, this is nice. This is absolutely nice. Let's take the red. Then we can go to hair tips, and then you can push the opacity up, and you can select something else. I can make fire hair. Check it out. There's even more colors for these. So if you look at the primary over there, the secondaries, these ones have even more to choose from. You can do whatever you like with these, and then you can also go for the strands. And that's sort of the highlights, basically. Each style has their own highlights that you can choose from. Some good, some not so good. If you do that and we go back quickly, then this is how I will show you how it looks. You'll see the highlights at the back over there, and then the tips are separate. There's one strand highlighted on the side. It's okay, right? It's okay. I do believe I have chosen the best possible style, however. There you go. This is just a nice hairstyle. Yeah, that's it. We'll take this one for now. I feel like it's going to maybe mess with our upcoming options, but that's fine. Next up, we have the eyes. So for the eyes, there is a pupil scale. You can slide that all the way up, all the way down. Iris scale, all the way up, all the way down. I must tell you, this is actually kind of cool. I dig this. I like this. I like how you can set this up. It sort of looks like, what's his name? One Punch Man or something. Yeah, it's very anime. Why not? Why not? For the colors, they have a good selection. It's not grounded in reality per se, but it is more limited than, say, the hair colors were, which makes sense, of course. But you can have some fun colors here. I'm going to take something red to match the hair a little bit. Decent selection. For the eyelashes, you can change the size of the eyelashes, which is nice. Again, giving you that feminine touch. And this is again going to tie in very much with what I was saying about you actually have to work a little bit to make a female-looking character a proper, nice-looking one. And then you can change the shape on them as well. I have to go through here slowly to show you that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There you go. And then you can change the color, which is the same as your hair colors. It's a good selection, right? I generally say you can go for the darker ones and it'll make the most sense. Now, our next option is going to be the eyebrows. Then we're going to jump onto the part that I was saying is going to be a little difficult. but we'll get there when we get there. For the eyebrows, yeah, you have a good selection. I like the way they've done it. It's sort of slapped on there like a coat of paint. That it's not really protruding in any way like the hair. But the style is good and it suits the game quite well. And you can also change the color. There you go. Same as the hair colors, basically. It's cool. Our final option in the face section over here is the beard. Now, yes. Okay. We're on a character that I've sort of made to look like a female. Doesn't matter. I'm showing you the beard anyway. Okay. I like the way they've done the beard. I like this weird sort of painted style on the texture work that they've done. It's the same on the hair, but it's more prevalent and it's more visible on the beard. And it goes hand in hand with the way they've done the stubble. The stubble is just, I feel the way they've done the stubble is actually excellent because it allows them to do a pretty simple sweep of the stubble here. And it still gives it a style that doesn't look out of place with the character model. Oftentimes when they throw stubble onto a character and they put those individual dots on there, it gives it too much contrast and it makes it stand out too much, you know, and then it just looks unnatural completely. Whereas this, where they've got this sort of this nice gradiented shade on here of the color that you pick, it looks great. And again, it's like a sort of a painterly style that they've thrown on there that just works well, yeah. And the beard's texture works kind of cool too. I don't know, they didn't go with much bigger beards. That's the biggest one you can have. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know my soccer player beards, okay? So I can't really weigh in on that. But you can change the color here to match most of the other stuff that you're doing. It's cool. It's okay, yeah. It's okay. It's a decent enough selection. That is basically that for the body stuff. Now, our next main selection here is cosmetics. There's not too much here. This is going to be a pretty quick section. You've got lipstick, right? For the lipstick, you pull the opacity up, then you can see it. It looks great. It's fantastic. They've only got the one style, but it looks good. It's very nicely applied here. You know, the people who put the lipstick on, they knew how to put lipstick on, and that is that. You got a bunch of colors. There's no other makeup just yet. I do believe there will be other makeup. I do believe there'll be a whole lot of other options in this game because I think that this store icon over here is very, very much hinting towards it. After you've done your lipstick, you can put some tattoos on. There's not a lot to choose from right now. There's a heart, there's some stars, there's a lucky charm, and there's nothing. And that's it for all the slots. It's the same on all of them. So once again, it's the kind of thing you're probably going to find in the store. And that's actually it for your character customization. Now, it doesn't end there, and I'm going to show you quickly, very briefly, what else there is. Not going to go into too much detail with the other stuff, because this is the kind of stuff that will change drastically when the game actually releases. But you get to change your equipment. This is what I changed initially on the character to basically just see the body a little bit better, right? So you get to change your colors. There's a palette that you can set up here. And you get to pick your colors. If you want to go for anything here, you set it up in the palette over here. You get to choose the style that you are wearing as well, where you have different shirt styles. You will notice that there are some here that cost. I do not know anything about the currency, so I'm not even going to get into that right now. And you can sort of filter them over here by picking the type, right? There you go. Okay, so if we go back, that's for the top. The undertop, that's the one we're looking at right now. That's just 3 different styles over here. Then there is your flocking. I think that's your numbers. I don't know. It's if you have to have the jersey on for that. Then there's pants. You can select what you want there. And then there's underpants. And there's just the 2 styles on those. And for all of these, Let's take a shirt quickly and I will show you. You get to change the pattern. You'd want to change the color as well, obviously, because there we go. It makes it a little difficult, but you get to change the pattern on it. That's on the shirt over there. And you get to customize, as I mentioned, the color palette. So it's quite a lot that can go into making your character look unique and interesting. And that's not the end of it. There's actually more. I think that there was accessories as well. Yeah, you get to do your shoes. This being a soccer or football game, you're most likely going to have a bunch of really, really cool shoes and stuff in here. There's custom shin guards that you can throw on, right? There's the... Well, that was the socks. Then there's the shin guards over here. You can take them off if you want. It's just a cosmetic thing. It's not actually going to give you defense or armor or anything like that. You can wear no socks like a heathen. I can't even imagine playing soccer like that. And then there's headgear. This one's called Oat Latte. The headgear I actually bought in the store. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'll say that I bought this in the store. I didn't pay real money for it. They gave me some points to spend. You get to customize these as well. And it's pretty cool. Yeah. I will show you the store in just a moment. Then there's some gloves as well. There's nothing right here right now, but there's an option that you have. Then head jewels. Nothing here. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. And nothing there. You get the idea. Once again, it's the kind of stuff that you are going to be getting eventually, but it's not in right now, or it's not being sold right now. And that's basically it for the actual cosmetic stuff. Now, there's things like celebrations, which I'm not going to get into. This is your thing, okay? This is your thing. This is what you're going to mess with when you jump into the game. There's a bunch of celebrations. You can set your home and away stages that you play on, as far as I understand. And then you can also set up your profile. I'm trying to remember how to do it over here. I made this earlier. I put a little Doge in there. The doggy is cute, although I understand the implications of that now. I didn't realize that at the time. I just saw a dog and I clicked it. Oh, God. Where is it? Quickly, change it away from the dog. It's been cursed. We can't use that anymore. I'll take the cat. There you go, cat people. You win this round. You win this round. But that's pretty cool, right? So you get to set up your entire player card by choosing a pose. I thought that was a cool pose, so I chose it. You can choose the background on here. There you are. Let's take the tropical one because it's cool. And then you get to choose your avatar, banner, and title. It's cool. Yeah. Lots of cool customization options. And it doesn't end there, obviously, because the store is very soon most likely going to be packed with all sorts of goodies. You can probably come back here and check it out. And yeah, that, my friends, covers the lot of it. I made a couple of characters earlier, as I mentioned, and I'm going to say that here in the outro. I do feel like there is a little bit of work to be done on the body shapes, and I do feel like it is somewhat harder to make a decent looking feminine character. It's just because I'm kind of bad at it, I suppose. I don't think that there's a lack of options. Perhaps some longer hairstyles would be cool. You know, a few more feminine choices where that's concerned. The faces and stuff, I do think that they're good enough. It's just that one thing with the bodies that bothers me so much. I like the art style that they went with for this game. I think that it is quite a decent style that will age well, and the character models themselves, yeah, man, they look cool. Like, really, I got nothing to complain about. Quite a limited selection, obviously, but I think that what's going to end up happening is you're making a mannequin. You're making your mannequin look a certain way, and then you're going to equip the mannequin with all sorts of finery, and that's where the real game's going to come in. Is going to come from basically you getting all the cool stuff, the cool gear that you want to equip, and putting that on your character, and letting that be that. That's what you're going to do. You're going to bedeck your character in all the Adidas and the Nike and the whatever football brands there are, I don't know. And yeah, you're going to be the undisputed. It's not so much about the character model, although for someone like me, it's quite important. So, hey, the selection is reasonable. It's okay. I think they've done okay with it. There are a few issues, as I've covered throughout this video. The most glaring one being the body types. But overall, yeah, man. Okay, I like it. I'd love to hear what you guys think. I think that the game itself seems to be quite fun as well. I've heard nothing but good things about it, so that's cool. Yeah. You can, as always, give this video a like and share it and do all that other good stuff. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can find my links below, my coffee page, my Twitch channel. And yeah, enjoy making those characters, dudes. Enjoy Rematch. Happy that.